Up next is Sandy Montgomery, retired head coach for Southern Illinois University, common theme tonight, Edwardsville. Sandy Montgomery enjoyed an illustrious 30-year career at the helm of SIUE softball. The longest tenured Cougars head coach and one of the most successful, Montgomery retired in 2018 with a 1,051, 540, and 2 record. Yeah, that's a lot of wins. She led SIUE to a 2007 NCAA Division II national title, 12 NCAA tournament appearances, 6 conference championships, and 10 40-plus win seasons. During her career, she coached 11 NFCA All-Americans and 79 All-Conference selections. After the 2008 season, Montgomery shepherded the program through the transition from Division II to Division I. The Cougars won 40 games in their first season of Division I competition and won the Ohio Valley Conference in 2014, earning an automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. At this time, please enjoy this video highlighting the career of Sandy Montgomery.
Sandy Montgomery is synonymous with SIUE softball. A Hall of Fame career as a pitcher gave way to a coaching career which spanned more than 3 decades. First as an assistant coach, and then for 30 seasons as the program's head coach. Her 30-year tenure is the second longest of any coach at SIUE, and her 1,053 wins ranks #1 among Cougar head coaches in all sports. She enjoyed 2 50-win seasons, 8 40-win seasons, and 11 30-win seasons. She guided her teams to 12 NCAA tournament appearances, capturing the 2007 Division II National Championship, and then guiding her Cougars to their first NCAA Division I tournament appearance in 2014. Sandy Montgomery has won 5 Conference Coach of the Year awards, while her and her staff earned regional and national honors as well. Her lasting legacy will be the lives she has touched, from student athletes to fellow coaches and administrators.
As a 9-year-old girl, I came to your pitching camps and was in awe of how amazing you and your team were. Then in high school, I came on my somewhat unique campus visit and talked to you about playing on the very team I'd admired for so long. Over the next 4 years, you taught me so much about the game of softball, which included some great life lessons, and we got to enjoy amazing success together. Fast forward to a couple of years ago, and you helped us buy a new home. Looking back, you've really gone above and beyond, and you've been an important part of my life for longer than most coaches. So, thank you for everything you've done for me, my family, and the hundreds of players you've influenced during your career.
Congrats, Coach, on being inducted into the Hall of Fame. There's no one more deserving, and I am so fortunate to be able to say that I was part of your journey.
You know, you gave your heart and soul to SIUE and to the softball program. Your love of the game, your perseverance, just to build successful programs year after year, despite whatever obstacles, came in our way. And we had quite a few. But you always led our team with a determination that not many people possess.
You taught us how to be incredibly smart and savvy softball players, but you also taught us how to be incredibly smart, savvy, and stronger females. Thank you so much for all you've done for me and for my teammates. You taught us how to face adversity head on and how to succeed past that adversity, something that I've carried on throughout my entire life, far past my softball days. Thank you for everything you've done for the game. You are a true leader and steward of softball. I am a better person because I had the privilege of playing for you.
I'm so thankful to have played for you and to have learned so much from you over the years. You taught me how to hold myself to a higher standard and how to push myself out of my comfort zone, and those are 2 things that have always stayed with me. I'm so thankful that you never gave up on me and you always believed in me.
Not only for what you've done for me on the field, giving me opportunities, coaching me to be the best player I can be, but also helping me develop skills like having hard conversations and being a strategic thinker. But it's also about your transformative impact on the SIUE softball program. It's one thing to have success on the field, team after team, opponent after opponent, but it is another thing to have a vision for the program and deliver that vision, even when other people can't see it.
Inside the lines, you are hard-nosed, tough, gritty, strong, and resilient. Needless to say, you didn't take crap from anyone. But outside of competition, you had a much softer side, especially when it came to kids, your family, and your players. You made an immensely positive impact on so many lives. You sincerely cared about the success of your players both on the field and in life. And for me, there's no greater example of that than when you gave me the encouragement I needed to go into the coaching profession. And for that, I will forever be grateful.
You know, it's not been always easy. I know you've had a lot of obstacles and had to make a lot of sacrifices in order to have the success that you've had. But it's because of all of those sacrifices and that hard work that has paved the way for so many other females in the sport of softball. I know as athletes and as coaches, you definitely made things easier. So for that, we are all forever grateful to you. It was so much fun in my time as a Cougar, and I'm so happy that I was able to witness so much of your success and to be a part of so much of it.
You have taught me so much in life and so many others about how to work hard and not settle for anything less than our best. And I truly take this into everything that I do in life. I have witnessed you tackling everything with such determination and perseverance, which has made you successful in everything that you do.
You have helped so many female athletes become not only champions on the field, but champions in life. I still remember the first day that I met you. It was in a friend's backyard, and you had come to help one of your former players teach her Boys and Girls Club team how to pitch because none of us knew how. From that day on, you were a superhero to me. It was my goal all through high school to get to play for you at SIUE, and it was such an honor to play for you.
Thank you so much for everything that you have done for me, from recruiting me to giving me my first job as your assistant, to now I'm able to call you one of my best friends. When you think about SIUE softball, you think about Sandy Montgomery. You did so much for our program, so much for our sport. There are just no words. So thank you again, Coach, for everything that you've done for me, for my family, for our program, and for our sport.
I've had the opportunity to observe your talents, your awesome passion for the game of softball, your obsessive attention to detail, and your hard work ethic, and most of all, your devotion both to your student athletes and to the university. Those characteristics have brought for you a very long and successful and respected history and a coaching career. You're truly entitled to this award. Enjoy the day.
You should be proud of the accomplishments and accolades that you've received over the years, but be mindful of all the lives that you've touched along the way. This is where you'll find you made your greatest impact. Your mentorship and your friendship to me has allowed me to advance from an unpolished young assistant coach to a seasoned administrator. But more importantly, it's your generosity and care off the field that I'll cherish the most.
It is an honor and a privilege to call Sandy Montgomery my close friend, my colleague, the cornerstone to creating a culture of excellence at SIUE. She is a caring and kind human being, a fearless and competitive coach, a leader who brings everyone together for a common cause, a person who has lived a life of courage by doing the right things and doing them well, even when it wasn't easy, a trusted and respected mentor to her players. You are a true champion, you are a great coach, but more importantly, you're a trusted friend.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the podium 2022 NFCA Hall of Fame inductee, Sandy Montgomery.
Well, Well, I've got two tough acts to follow, obviously, with Jenny and Carrie. But I do want to tell on myself real quick. And I guess I'll talk about Christy Canoyer again, even though she didn't, I never coached with her or played with her or anything. But she saved my ass because I forgot my speech in the bathroom. She sure did. So thank you. So I want to start off by thanking the Hall of Fame committee for my induction into the NFCA Hall of Fame. It's a great honor for me and obviously a very humbling experience to be standing up here before you tonight. I also want to congratulate all of the other Hall of Famers, Jenny, Carrie, Mary Jo. All of you have had amazing careers and exemplify what a Hall of Fame coach represents. So congratulations to all of you. I didn't really realize how much in common Carrie Blaylock and I much things that we have in common, I should say. I think you're going to hear a lot of similarities in our speech. And we didn't talk before this, so nonetheless. I would also like to thank Carol Bruggeman and her staff. Since taking over as the executive director, Carol's done a tremendous job of leading our organization, supporting us as coaches, and moving our game forward in so many ways. So I'd like you all to please give Carol and her staff a round of applause. So I feel very fortunate to be standing up here tonight. I came to SIU Edwardsville as a student athlete from a very small town, and all I ever wanted to do was play softball. My coach, Cindy Jones, who is here tonight. Cindy, give everybody a little wave. She's here tonight. She gave me a scholarship and the opportunity to pitch in a national championship as a freshman. She then went on to allow me to be her graduate assistant coach. And then after she became the director of athletics, she hired me to be the second coach in SIU Edwardsville when I was 23 years old. I was coaching players that I played with, which that was a lot of fun. Learning how to recruit, and I'm sure making a lot of mistakes. But she still hired me, and I can't thank her enough for the opportunities that she gave me, her mentorship, and now her friendship to this day. So thank you, Cindy. I think most of you know that you're never successful in sports without a supportive group of individuals around you. I've been blessed with so many people that fall into this category. There's no way to name them all, but I would like to name a few. First, my longtime assistant coach, Brian Belt. Brian is also here tonight. Brian, where are you? There you are, wearing the red. Brian did many things for our program, but as he said in the video, he just kept hanging around till I hired him. He did stats by hand. He was the equipment manager. He drove the bus. He restrung gloves. And when I got upset, he kept me in the game most of the time. When we were fortunate enough to take a charter, we played lots of euchre to pass the time. He was my sounding board, someone I counted on when I had to make tough decisions, someone who loved our program and hated to lose about as much as I did. I did eventually pay him, but it was very little, and yet he still put up with me. And so did his wife. And he was always invested in the success of our team. So thank you, Brian. Another person I want to mention is Valerie McCoy. I recruited Val to play for me. She was a two-time All-American for us, really understood the game, took that knowledge into being one of my assistant coaches for several years, and I can't thank her enough for her passion, her commitment to our program, but most of all, her loyalty. After we won the national championship in 2007, she left us for a bit. She thought she had to go make some money, because I wasn't paying her much at that time. But she did come back as a volunteer and continued to be a staple on our coaching staff. As most of you know, loyalty is hard to come by these days, but that was never a question with Val. Her commitment to me and our success was second to none, and to this day, I can always count on her. So thank you, Valerie. In 2008, our Chancellor, Vaughn Vandegrift, decided it was time for SIUE to become a Division I institution, and softball would be one of the sports to be eligible for championships in 2011. I can't even begin to tell you the support this man gave me and our program, and it was my honor to represent Vaughn and his wife, Sue. I can only hope that you have the opportunity, if you're coaching, to work for a chancellor or a president that values what you do as a coach. It not only enhances the experience of your student athletes, but it brings great pride to your university knowing you have the support of the man in charge. Vaughn and his wife, Sue, could not join us tonight, but I will forever be grateful for their support and their vision and their loyalty. There are two more people I want to mention as well. The first is Dr. Bradley Hewitt. He was our Director of Athletics from 2002 to 2019, and the support that he gave me throughout my entire career was tremendous. I can't remember asking for something that I didn't get. He was always there for me when I needed advice, even though he thought the catching position was the most important one, and he always wanted me to squeeze. I did not hold that against him. He was present at our games, he traveled with us, he was invested in our success, he valued what we did as coaches. I could not imagine working for anyone else, which is one of the main reasons I stayed at SIUE my entire career. I had some opportunities as well, but when you have the best job in the country because of the people that you're surrounded by, there was no reason to leave. Dr. Hewitt created a culture in our department that won't ever be duplicated there again. He not only cared for our coaches, their families, and their futures, he also demonstrated this to our student athletes. He was going to be here tonight as well, but his wife became ill, so couldn't make the trip. But I can't thank him enough for everything he's done for me throughout my career, and I am certain, without question, that I would not be standing up here tonight if he had not been my boss and my most important friend. The next person I want to thank is my most recent associate head coach, Jessica Jones. Jessica came to our program in 2013 after we'd been Division I for a couple of years. She immediately made an impact on our program, in practices and in games. She brought an energy and a competitiveness and a passion for the game that matched mine, and that was pretty hard to do. With her addition to our staff, we enhanced our recruitment, our hitting, and our coaching strategies. And in 2014, we won our first Division I conference championship, and we're lucky enough to be sent to Alabama for our first Division I regional. That was a lot of fun, too. And I was going to give Patrick some crap, but he's not here. So I have no doubt that this, in part, was made possible by Jessica's coaching abilities and her desire to win. And again, when you surround yourself with good people, so many things are possible. And I want to thank Jessica for her dedication to our program and her loyalty to me. A great staff and talented, invested, loyal players are what helps you become a Hall of Fame coach. You never do it alone, and your success is made possible by everyone who bought into the winning culture that you were trying to create. Lastly, I want to thank the many players that I have been fortunate enough to coach over my 30-year career. And I believe it was a total of 219. I tried to count it up before I came here, and I think that is correct. And most of them are still in my life. Some are here tonight to help me celebrate along with their parents. I'm going to have you guys stand up. I'm going to embarrass you a little bit. Oh, yeah, you're first, Alicia DeShazier McConnell. Please stand up. Amy Rogers Schultz. Casey Schlafke Griffith. Zoe Schaefer. Alana Cobb Adams. And Haley Chambers Book. Thank you. I want to thank you all for coming. It certainly means a lot to me, and I am so proud of all of you. And what I will end with is to say this. Coaching isn't what you do, it's who you are. And what I'm most proud of is that I will forever be their coach. Oh, I will. And while you win some and you lose some, I was blessed to win quite a few. But I've been very fortunate to win the biggest game of all, which is life after softball. So I want to give a shout out to my boy Jackson. I love you, buddy. Thank you all so much.
Congrats, great job.
Thank you.